All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol NIO, NIO Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all my first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to my channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all my subscribers, welcome back, and let's jump into this chart. So NIO Inc. has actually continued in an upward trend. It broke through that $50 mark, and it's fighting to get above it. Now, the most important thing here right now is that the bulls have actually recovered. And when we zoom out, no matter how much volatility this is showing, there is a slight state of consolidation here, which is a good sign here of this. No matter how much the ups and downs are, as long as it continues to work its way up in an upward direction, there might be another uptick here like it has been doing in the past, right? Every time that it consolidated for some time, it would work its way up to newer highs. And then here, it was pretty explosive growth. So there was going to be some pullbacks. Then this was the news of that article of short selling it. And since then, it's been fighting to work its way up. And also the 50-day moving average is below it. So the bulls have been really fighting to bring this one back up. So this is all right now looking pretty healthy. Good signs for NIO. But we're going to watch this closely. We're going to have to look at some important numbers here for the next coming days. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about this a little bit zoomed in, and then we're going to talk about it a little bit broader. So there's some important things I want every single investor to be aware of as we watch this play out and what's important for the upcoming days and week. So we can talk about this a little bit broader. I want to talk about the lowest point before the bulls were actually able to get over the 50-day moving average. And that's down here at this point at 44.89. Let me get right there to the point right there. 44.89. Super important number in the long term for the next coming days and weeks if this goes in that direction below the 50-day moving average, and also as one of the most important support levels to be aware of, because if that gets broken through, this would be on its way to newer lows. Now, the highest point since that point was up here at 50.58. I'd write that down. That's probably one of the most important numbers for the next coming weeks and days for the bulls. Now, we're going to zoom in here and see what's important for tomorrow, Monday, and see how this is playing out. So the 50-day moving average is currently 47.98. I want every single investor to write that down. As long as we're above it, we're in bullish territory. The moment we're below it, we're in bearish territory. Now, the resistance level is going to be super important because that's going to allow us to stay in bullish territory and for the bulls to continue to bring this one up. They're going to definitely want to break through that $50 mark, but the first step is breaking through this resistance here. Let's get it there to the T, and that's 49.80. That resistance level needs to be turned into a support, and so that this stock can go ahead and pull away from that. 49.80 needs to be turned into a support so that the bulls can work their way up to newer highs, new resistance levels, and get further away from the 50-day moving average. This is a very important point for the bulls, and I want to emphasize this, to stay above the 50-day moving average and stay with this momentum in bullish territory. Because if this was to move sideways and not break through that resistance, this 50-day moving average will catch up to the price, end up above it, and then our price is now below it. So the 50-day moving average will be above it and the price will be below it, giving leverage to the bears to bring this one down. So super important for the bulls to continue this run, continue this momentum. They're going to want to break through resistance at 49.80, turn that into a support, and pull away from it into newer highs. Now, this support level here is significant as well due to the fact that there's a very small window here between support and the 50-day moving average before this gets into bearish territory. And our support level here is 48.21. So I want to emphasize to all investors, pay close attention to how quickly this is moving down to newer lows. Now, the first support level in bearish territory is 47.76. If you want to go ahead and pay close attention to how this stock is behaving before it gets there, or if it recovers before that, then you can see that the tug of war is happening between the bulls and the bears. But before getting to that point, and getting below the 50-day moving average. The first support level that the bears want to break through and are going to try to pull away the bulls from gaining leverage is breaking through 48.21, and you have that small window between support and the 50-day moving average. And since it's so small, I would use this support level here at 47.76 to see how the stock is reacting in between those levels, and if the bulls are trying to reappear pretty early, or are the bears going to continue to tear this one down. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money. At the end of this video, there's going to be a pop-up video, and in that video I will be discussing about the S&P 500 index and how it's been rising several points on scheduled dates. As you see here on the graph, these circles are the dates that the pumps have happened, and I use them as examples to show you guys how much the stocks have risen, and the S&P 500 index rose on those dates. And the reason why it's rising is due to the fact that the Federal Reserve is pumping the markets on these dates. The charts and the dates speak for themselves, as we can see it here, and I break it down into more detail in the video. But just to summarize it, on these dates the S&P 500 rises, and there's individual ticker symbols rising up with it, anywhere from 30 cents to $3 per share. I know it may not seem like a lot, but per share that does add up, and these individual ticker symbols are giving you back profits. These are profits, and like I always say, profits are profits. Whether it's $1 put into the market and you get back $2, you've put in an initial investment and you got back more than what you started with. That's what it's all about. And also in the video I go into further detail showing you guys these dates and showing you how much it rose. Like for example, this was one of the last pump dates, and the lowest point that it reached was down here at 35.11, and the highest point reached was 35.57. That's like a 40-point jump. And here we're seeing the same thing. It went down to 35.88 and it rose up to about, I'd say, let's see, this is all still in the same day. It rose up to about a total amount of 36.23. When you do the math, that's almost a 40 to 50 point jump, and there's individual ticker symbols rising up with this. Now, I'm not there to guarantee you profits. I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything in particular. I'm just here to inform every single investor on the great news, on the opportunity to maximize profits and minimize losses. You have to do your due diligence and research, but these charts and the dates speak for themselves. I mean, this was probably one of the largest jumps that I've seen in the last couple of pumps, and it was down here at 33.02 and it rose up to about 33.88. That was an 80-point jump. There was probably ticker symbols rising up more than $3 per share on those dates, and even on these dates there's individual ticker symbols rising more than $3 per share. Check it out, see for yourselves, and my best advice is look for ticker symbols that may be resembling the behavior of the S&P 500 index, and you'll be able to go ahead and give it a shot. Check it out. Again, I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything in particular. I'm not there to guarantee you profits. I'm just here to go ahead and share the information along with every single viewer and investor. The video should be popping up soon. If you haven't seen it already, pop up. There is the link down below in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.